Can you believe this?
I know.
Where the hell are these guys?
Look, man,
Luchasaurus?
I'm not their babysitter, man. They do this to me every week. I'm lucky I even get them to the ring.
Love of God, I got places to be.
You guys want to hear like a medieval history story or something?
No.
Okay. All right.
Did you get it? Matt, we're here. Nick?
Why were you guys so late today, man?
That's a good question.
Because some dude
Took us to the
dropped him in.
opposite end of town.
Well, we went past where we were supposed to go and kept driving for like another 10 minutes.
We
and
ended up at the water.
We get a text from these guys,
true.
and they're like, "We're knocking at your hotel room right now." And we're like, "No, you're not. You're at the wrong hotel."
We knocked on your guys' room
Our fake
door
door.
so hard that the guy next door
yeah.
opened up his door. And I was like, sorry, dude.
He leaned out, he goes, he was all mad. He
That's
goes,
great.
oh, never mind.
What'd you guys order?
I got a cheeseburger.
A
We had
burger.
vegetables.
That I'm
Yeah,
probably
I've
not
got
going to
burgers.
finish.
We asked Luchasaurus, we're like, "What do those guys want to eat?" He's like, "Oh, they're just kids. If there's a kids menu, and you can get a toy with it or something, then."
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They did
Speaking
have a
of
kids
toys, they're
menu.
coming out with the original McDonald's toys.
My 4-year-old son told me about it.
Wait, what is it?
Marco and my son have that in common.
What is it?
They're growing back the old retro McDonald's
Toys for
for
the-
the Happy Meals.
Oh wow. Oh, the characters.
How do you even know
Oh,
what
the
it is?
characters, got it.
You're like 23.
You remember it?
No, but I think it's really cool.
They're
I have like a nostalgic mind.
the
I
toys
think.
are older than him.
I get it because
Wow.
like my favorite era is like 1911, 1910.
Wait, what?
What
I
happened on
love the
1911?
Wild,
What
like
the
the
hell happened
Wild
in
West
1911?
era.
Is that
Like
what
like
that was?
1890s, 18. I
like
I
cowboy
just like
shit.
nostalgia. Yeah, I like cowboy shit. I'm some
What
real
was
cowboy shit.
going on in 1890 that was so interesting?
Look, Red
you
Dead
were there.
Redemption was taking
He was
place.
there,
That's
dude.
the one.
I was there, but it was a hazy time, man.
He changed up the years he said already like 3 times.
No, I said like.
He's like
1850.
1911, 1890.
Oh, I lost the dates now. Well, the Wild West era.
Cowboys.
I got really into.
Did you go to college?
No,
No.
I went for
but
a
it
year.
worked out.
Are you the only one who went to college?
Actually, I have a master's degree.
do?
Yeah.
I went for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you go for a year because you actually were like, man, I really want to learn, or you're like, I just need the reason I went to college for a second too, but I did it strictly 1,000% just for financial aid to support my professional wrestling hobby.
As you should.
I went because I had good grades, and then I knew I wanted to be a wrestler, but I didn't really have the balls to be like, I'm not going to go to school, I'm just going to wrestle. And I didn't know what else to do, so I just kind of did it for my parents. but-
You started wrestling when you were like 9.
Yeah, the first time. It hasn't been consecutive. I took a break.
Was there?
Yeah, I was in the 4th
You were
grade.
there.
Yeah.
I was
right,
there. I was a little bit older than 9, but I was there. Yeah.
I remember reading online like Luke Perry's 5-year-old son's wrestling in the ring. I'm like, what? Like,
The shows used to freak me out. Like
Wow.
when I started going to shows
Uh-huh.
and like going backstage, there's all these big ass dudes and like they're a bunch of weirdos.
sure. Well, you were a child.
Yeah, and my dad would come with me.
Yeah.
He told me he's like there are a lot of freaks in here.
Straight up.
Yeah,
Your dad was a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah, he grew up watching wrestling. Dusty was his favorite.
Wow.
I don't think we ever ran into your dad like every time because like I know Joey Ryan knows him.
Yeah, I think he met Joey at the Cow Palace when
Okay.
APW did that.
Okay, yeah.
And that was the first time I actually met Cody too, I think.
Oh, he wrestled Joey in the cage match.
Cage match.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I remember my dad, it bugged the shit out of me, but he would always come backstage, just like without any permission or whatever. And I'd be like, Dad, you can't be coming back here. Like,
You're gonna eat, you're gonna
nobody
eat, man.
else's dad comes back. But then all these wrestlers are a bunch of marks.
Right.
And they're like, oh, can I get a picture? And I was like, you guys. But so my dad knew that Cody was there, and I guess my dad had like kind of grown to have a relationship with Dusty.
Oh, wow.
He's like, I got to talk to Cody. And I was like, Dad, he has his own like dressing room. You cannot.
Please knock.
He's like, it's all right. So he just walked all the way back there, and Cody was sitting there with Joey, and Cody was in his underwear. My dad was like, I'm sorry, but I just got to say hello. And that was my first time meeting Cody.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I
Wow.
was super embarrassed.
That's awesome.
No, he wouldn't mind. It's for you know what I mean. Like it's effing Luke
Cool
Perry.
story, actually.
Who cares?
Yeah.
So like how old are you?
22 now.
You're the youngest in this group right here.
Whoa, well, what are you trying to say? How do you know I'm not the youngest?
What do you mean?
You're 23.
I am.
So you guys are both children. What's your first memory of professional wrestling? Because like this just fascinates me.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar lifting Big Show up on that crane.
Wow.
Up on the crane. I don't know
Yeah,
if I know that.
Unforgiven. Well,
What
Big-
hooked you?
Big-
What, that storyline hooked you?
Big Show in general, I think, was
Big-
really
Big Show's his favorite of all time.
Big Show.
It's so great.
I swear to God.
The
Big,
difference is
What?
I watched Big
love
Show,
it.
Kane,
There you go.
Undertaker, all the big guys
love
growing
the
up.
big
I did. I swear to God, I told my dad I wanted to be 7 foot tall and choke slam
Oh,
people,
man,
and it
that's
worked
great.
out really well.
What did
Okay?
your dad say when you said that?
He said, "You do what you put your heart to," and you know
Wow.
what?
What a
Nice
sweetheart.
I can't believe your dad lied to you.
He did. he says we still need to have a DNA test, but we don't talk.
Oh, man.
Is your dad?
How
did?
tall is
What?
he?
He's 6 foot.
Really?
Yeah, but my mom's 4'10", so
Oh, that makes
4'10",
sense.
okay.
Okay.
How tall are you?
5'2".
Oh, jeez.
Joey Janela is like a great eye for
Look at that.
talent.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that
Joey
cheese.
booked you or something for one of the spring break shows, right?
It is good.
Lost in New York.
Okay.
I think, as well.
And I saw the clip, and then he hit me up, and he was like, "This guy's awesome. You guys, you should take a look at this guy." I'm like, "Yeah, he's great." Me and Cody talked. We booked you on the All In show, and then same thing with Jungle Boy. It was
Janela, wasn't it?
Joey
Right?
Janela.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Joey says, "You gotta grab him." So he sends me this clip, and you do this moonsault, like the weird one you do
Castaway.
off the post.
Castaway.
Oh yeah.
I saw that. I sent it to the AEW
Yeah.
chat, and I said, "Let's sign this guy."
Wow.
If you can do that, and everyone, like all these credible people are saying he's great, that's enough for me. Like, for people who say, "Oh, you're too little," or like, "Oh, the era of the GIF, you can only
You
do
get
flips."
that?
It got both of you guys
Yeah.
jobs.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So
I
you
would
get
not-
it too? You're too little?
Yeah, definitely. I
Yeah.
need some extra work somewhere else. And they basically told me, they're like, look,
WWE?
they're like, if you put on 30 pounds or whatever, we will give you a job. But
jeez.
the way it is, it's not going to happen.
That's not gonna happen though. Like,
And I was just so bummed though, because I was like, it bums me out that that's the one thing that it gets hung up on.
Right.
Because I know what I can do, and I can do a bunch of stuff, but like, I think there are a lot of guys way bigger than me who are not near as good.
Yep.
And it just, it seems silly to me to get so hung up on
yeah.
that.
I feel like
100%.
that this company is such like it's opening so many more doors now. Not necessarily just for other people to get signed with AEW, but it's opening doors for other people like us
Right.
who can have an opportunity to show what they've got, even on the indies. Like
Yeah, you're
other
right.
people are going to give them a shot now because they see, okay, these guys can do it. Why not look at these
Yeah,
guys?
that's true.
Well, even him too. Like he's big.
Yeah,
the
he's
way
a
they want him,
dinosaur.
but
Who's
what
gonna
he's
give a
doing
dinosaur?
is totally. This would never fly.
No, you're right.
That's why I think we
And you
like
probably
it so much.
did,
though,
did you
know?
get that? You're not supposed to move like that.
I got a lot, because when I started doing the Luchasaurus thing, first people thought the gimmick was too hokey. And like other companies would tell me like, you could just do one chokeslam and walk around, you're so big. Like that would be the opposite I get. Like, it looks so cool, man, why don't you just do this? If you did less, it means so much more.
Right.
Like I train a lot of gymnastics, a lot of martial arts stuff to do it for performance. Yeah, some guys will do the wrestling stuff
Crazy.
really good, and maybe
Yeah.
that's their thing, but it wasn't my thing. I wasn't gonna ever be the great wrestler, but I could be a great character and then incorporate my style
Yeah.
and then make it something unique.
You
That's how I
work,
look at it.
that's the key though. It's you're unique and different. All of you guys are. That's your thing. You're little, but that makes you unique.
Right.
Like if you were like 6 feet, it was like big deal. Like
Or even if you
I
was
want you to be
wrestling-
5'2".
I would not even.
Right.
I would not be
Yeah,
here if I was
we
6
wouldn't
feet.
have signed you.
No.
Right. If you're 6 feet, we would have signed you.
That's
If you're
funny.
6 feet like your dad, we wouldn't have signed you.
Yeah, but here's the thing too: is like all three of us are unique, right? But
Yes.
if we got out there and we just wrestled,
Yeah.
Sure.
then we'd lose our uniqueness.
Yeah.
Right.
But the fact that we take it into the ring and continue to hold on to who we are, I think that's the big difference I learned over time.
Where did the neck writing? I mean, it's an obvious thing, but when did that start?
Dude, so that was from
Oh, yeah.
someone's tweet. We were just at bar wrestling and we just tagged.
Wow.
And someone tweeted and they're like, can we get Jungle Boy riding out on Luchasaurus' shoulders?
Yep.
And we were like, okay, whatever,
do it.
let's do it. And for
great.
some reason, when we came through, people fucking screamed.
Isn't it crazy? They just love that stuff.
It was the craziest
They
thing
went
ever, man.
nuts. And
They
I was
were
like,
like these hardcore fans that usually like to boo everything were like literally smiling like little
Yeah.
kids. Like they couldn't help. It just melted everyone's heart.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, this is something special. We got to really push for this. It's like
Everybody loves dinosaurs.
yeah.
Yeah.
At one point or
It's just
another, I think
fun.
everyone's obsessed with dinosaurs.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like one
it
of the
brings back your
first
childhood.
things. Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. And then
My
at least,
son
and I'm not
is-
doing.
Unless you're just a piece of shit.
Well, yeah.
That's true,
My
actually.
son loves dinos, so
See?
he loves you. Yep.
There we go.
There's not enough innocence in pro wrestling, I don't think.
That's the thing.
So I think when they saw you on the neck, they're
Especially
like
the three of
the
you.
childhood of
The
person
three of you
came out of
together
them,
is
you know.
like a perfect
yeah,
mix of
it
it.
is. It is.
Yeah.
I like how
Yeah.
when we were talking about you three, and we were like, we need a name, and we were in catering. I was with Tony. He's like, He's on Jurassic Express.
He was down for that. First thing, he was like, Jurassic Express. It's going to be that.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Janela kept telling Tony, he's like, dude, that's so stupid. Don't do that. And Tony's like, well, you don't like it?
We were at the after party for Fight for the Fall, and he goes, yeah, I'm thinking about calling you guys Jurassic Express, and Joey's like, right here, he goes, well, that's fucking stupid. And he goes, what do you mean? I came up with that. Well, he said, well, it's fucking stupid.
I kind of like that about Joey. That he just doesn't care.
That's great.
I think
the name's perfect.
I like it.
I think it
like it
works.
too.
It does work.
I didn't like it at first. I like it
It grows
now.
on you though, right?
It grows on
It
you,
did.
yeah. I didn't like it at first either, but then like I kind of think...
Does any wrestler in the history of
There's
wrestling
money.
ever like their name at first?
I didn't
Dude.
like my name. I didn't like Luchasaurus.
When I heard Jungle Boy the first time, I was like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Who gave you Jungle Boy?
Just about to
Some like
ask.
random announcer. He just, because I
heard that, man.
it was my first match
Jungle Boy!
back since being 10 or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
Since being 10.
Yeah, he took a hiatus to go to high school. High school hiatus.
it was middle school. But,
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez.
But I used to get super, super wet. I just pour water all over myself.
Yeah.
But I got out there in this like little warehouse, and there were like 15 people, and I was just soaking wet, and I didn't know what to do. So I was really into Conor McGregor then, before he went kind of nuts. And I would always see him kind of like crouching like a monkey. Sort
Yeah.
of. And I was like, I have no like anything to do, so I'll
Yeah.
just
What do I
crouch
do with
like
my
that.
hands? I don't know.
So I just went
Yeah.
like that, and the guy's like, I have a nickname for you. I was like, okay. And he said it, and I was like, you're an idiot. You're a
And he
moron.
just did it? He
Yeah,
called you
but
that?
then people liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of went with it, and it changed everything.
It's crazy how we have the worst origin stories. Like everyone's like, well, what about the Young Bucks? It was the same thing. These guys
Yeah.
are just like, they didn't know our names, and they were like, Matt and Nick, what are those names? Those Young Bucks. And they just called us that, and we are like, that's the worst name ever. We're not the Young
Yeah.
Bucks. We hated it.
yeah.
And, here we are. It's like,
That's how it works.
yeah.
That's
Someone
how
just
magic
gives you the
happens.
name, right? And you're stuck with it, and you just kind of make it do.
I've had my name since I played as a creator wrestler on WWE games. So
It was
You just
Marco's
made it
son.
up?
it was Marco's son.
I got a text
I don't like
from
this.
Marco the other day. He goes, hey man, I'm at the car dealership right now. I want to buy my first car. He's like, do you mind if I make you a reference? And I'm like, absolutely, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I give him my number, and he texts me back like 10 minutes later. He's like, "Oh man, they can't call from a cell. It can't be a cell phone, actually."
I played.
So I'm like, "Oh, okay."
What?
He's like, it needs to be a landline. Okay.
You have a landline?
So I give him the phone number to the Jacksonville Jags Stadium. It was the most adorable text message ever. I don't know why that made me so warm inside. Like everyone's lives are changing though. It was like, oh, this
For
is
the
really
better, that's
cool.
crazy,
Like,
yeah.
Okay, so the first time I saw you was on Big Brother
Yeah.
because I was a Big Brother
That's
effing
me.
fanatic.
Wow.
Dana and I, my wife, like we were maniacs.
You guys are
Like we
marks.
would watch the.
This is a trap. The whole thing's a trap. AEW is a trap. to make me relive this thing.
We would watch the 24/7 feed, like
Really?
after dark, dude. I was in. Okay, I was in.
My season?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay, here's another thing. This is gonna hit you hard
Okay,
here.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
at a live eviction of your season.
Oh, really?
I was in the crowd.
Was it mine?
Yes.
You were at my eviction? No. I knew I saw you.
No, your season.
Okay, yeah.
There's actually.
He went to the audience.
This whole time?
But I watched you on the show, and you had like the whole romance and all this
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
The showmance.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
man.
You know that one scene?
What?
Which one?
You know the one where you guys are in the room? That's the only one I've seen.
Which one?
You guys are
I was in there for 89 days.
Oh my god!
You have to tell
You were
us
there
about
for
this.
3 months?
3 months, yeah.
What was it like?
Oh my!
And is it as big as a work as I suspected?
No, actually, it's
months.
pretty real. You end up working yourself though, like into it. Like it's really, it's very. After about 40 days, you lose your mind for real. I went in there to be a character, and I didn't really care about winning it or anything. And I was like, I'm gonna get out the first week, whatever. I'm just gonna be stupid and like cut promos to the camera all day, and that's all I did. But everyone just thought I was a big joke in there. Like the people I was in there with just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And I'm in there cutting promos. I can't win any of the competitions because they are really hard.
They're so hard.
I was too big for most of them, and they're all puzzles. And I don't do puzzles. My brain can't do a puzzle. I would just get bored of it, and so I was losing everything. And then I liked the girl in there, which
You
was
really liked her. I wanted to ask you about this.
Oh yes, I was like, I convinced because I'm this fucking drama romance guy, right? Because I did medieval history, so I convinced myself, I'm gonna pursue this girl. I know I'm gonna win her over. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be on TV. It's romantic. Like I had this whole fantasy thing, and like she was switching in and out with her twin. right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
And they
Yes.
would swim. And every 2-3 days they would switch
What?
places, and I didn't know why I liked her more sometimes than the other times I didn't. Like
So you didn't know.
Everyone in the
really
house knew.
didn't know.
Everyone in the house knew except me because I'm so oblivious because all I'm doing is working out all day and thinking about my next promo.
That's insane.
So finally someone pulled me aside, hey, they're switching in and out. And I went, oh, that's the, oh.
So
Were you
like,
making
did
out
make
with
it- yeah.
No, like, nothing had happened yet. Like, I was, like, interested in her, but, like, when the other one was in there, I was like, you're boring. I don't.
be a bitch every
like,
now and again.
Yeah, no, she was just, I don't know.
Did
But
you
they were
see?
both nice to
Maybe
me.
you thought she was like split personality or something.
I don't know. It was really weird. And then we tried to actually date after the show.
You did.
We did.
You
yeah.
gave it a shot.
We tried, and like after 3 months, it was like, wow, we're two completely different people.
Because it's a different person.
When I was in there, it was so much about the show, 24/7. Then all of a sudden, it's over. And then I realized, oh wow, I don't have a real job now. I'm like,
You know what you're explaining right now?
That's insane.
You're explaining the professional wrestling business
Yeah,
right now.
yes.
That's why probably you
It
did
connects.
okay on the show. You did good.
yeah, I know, because it is like the whole thing is kind of working an audience.
Yes.
You know? It's like getting people to, you know,
It's
see your-
politicking, campaigning for
Oh,
yourself.
so much politicking. Yeah. And then like
That's
to have.
why you're good at
I would
that.
lose.
Yeah, I know, right?
What game shows were you guys on?
I tried out the American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Wow.
Not on
I
TV,
tried out
but
for
I
American Idol.
tested it for them.
You tried out for American Idol?
Did you?
Did you do this? You sing and everything?
Like back when it was cool or now?
I used to do singing. I did music before I wrestled.
Really?
You can sing?
Yeah.
We're not gonna put him on the spot right
I'm
now.
not gonna do it right now.
No, we're not gonna do that right now.
Can you do like a fa sol la mi?
I know you have a really weird Cody story or something, right?
Weird.
Yeah, I mean.
I mean, it was a little awkward.
Okay, what
Um,
what happened?
Oh no.
I was at the airport, and Cody was on my flight, and of course he was getting on first group, and so I walked up and I patted him on.
course.
I patted him on the arm. I was like, "Hey, man." He's like, "Hey, buddy," and he shook my hand, and then he put his hand right here, and so I was like, "Oh, he wants a hug." So I went to lean in, and he just pulled away. I was like, "Oh," so I just kind of was like, "Yeah, all right," and I walked off. I didn't know what else to say.
Is that why you tweeted I'm so awkward?
Yes, really. Yeah, I felt like Cody
So
was like,
pretty.
"This dude is weird."
That's like when someone waves past you. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that
Oh,
happened
that
to
happens
me.
to
And
me,
like,
yeah.
I used to live in Costa Rica, and I thought,
Costa
That was Costa Rica.
When does all this happen? You're like 12.
I lived in Central America
No
for 3
way.
years.
For 3 years.
Dude, why didn't
What?
you mention that when we
When
were...
did this
That's
happen?
like a
didn't
quarter
come
of your
up.
life.
You guys got started early. He's wrestling at 9. You're in Costa Rica at 7.
You could be coming out, hailing
That's
from
where
Costa
he
Rica.
saw Big
No.
Show.
Missing the market here.
But either way,
Yeah.
yeah, there was this girl. I thought she was really hot, and she like was smiling, and I was like, "Hey."
What are you doing in Costa Rica, though?
Oh,
Why
yeah.
are you there?
I forgot. I thought
Long
we were still
story.
on that topic.
We've been to Costa Rica. Why were you there?
Oh, my parents are missionaries.
Oh,
Okay, well, there you go.
So you're, so you're camping out for a while to do the
Or
deal.
was.
Okay.
I went to school there.
now
Fair
it
enough.
makes sense.
I liked Costa Rica. We've been there one time.
Yeah, they got
It's
the monkeys
gorgeous.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's an island. It's called Monkey Island. I think that's actually in Nicaragua though. But either way,
Have
there's
you
a
lived
big
there
lake.
too?
Well, you know,
That's where I
fun
live
fact.
most of the time.
Nicaragua?
Fun little
Yeah.
fact.
So this guy's a world. He could have a Carmen San Diego gimmick.
Where else have you lived?
Yeah,
I lived in Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and then all over.
What's that's very.
All over the side. I was not done.
What's your favorite place?
That I've lived.
Yeah.
Where in the world? That's period. Besides Big Show.
Yeah, can you talk about anything besides the Big Show?
Probably Costa Rica actually.
Costa Rica,
Costa
wow.
Rica was gorgeous.
The Big Show was in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
That's
he was
where you
on
met
my-
him?
Yeah. Yo. Never mind.
What? No, did you meet
I
Big
used to,
Show?
no,
Say it.
I wish.
Okay.
Can we make that happen? Is that all?
Big Show?
If you're watching this,